Oh, hello everybody. This is my comment slash feedback video for ELVS 12. I've obviously looked at Dan's video, which he did earlier in the week, and then I've had a good look at Laurent's feedback as well, which has been amazingly comprehensive. I must say that I agree with most of Laurent's comments, so I'm not going to repeat those. And obviously he's gone into a lot of detail in terms of the actual filming techniques, and the overall kind of look, feel and message of the films. So I'm going to take a more kind of macro view, and I'll start by saying that firstly, I think you've all done brilliantly. I really do, because this was not an easy project at all, and you did have a lot to kind of do and negotiate within a relatively short space of time. I'm wondering whether we actually underestimated how much time would be needed to kind of really introduce you to mobile filmmaking as a kind of specific genre or medium, because one of the issues that I have with the films, and I think Laurent and Dan have possibly already echoed this, is that we don't really get a sense of it being a mobile film. Yes, the mobiles are being used for filming because they have cameras, but I think that in every video we've kind of missed a trick, because there are so many techniques that you can do easily with a mobile device that you can't do so easily with a bigger camera. And I could see very specific instances where you could have really used the medium to full effect. So if I think about teams 1 and 2, who both produce films based around bottles and water, I think you've really missed a trick there, because something extremely simple to do is to put a mobile device into, say, a glass or a see-through container and put that in water. Now, that's something that is so easy to do with a mobile phone. You can get some fantastic effect. I can't believe nobody did that. But but no, there's so many things that you can do. Think about where you can put the phone. Think about where you can position it. So if I think to Team 3's film, where we've got, the really nice kind of look at fruit and veg and importing, exporting and implications for that, it would have been really nice to see that mobile phone go in the fruit boxes, all these things that you can't do with a normal camera. So I think that, we really missed out there in terms of making full advantage of the fact that you've got these devices that are very easy to put in places where you can't easily put a normal camera. So that's my first comment. Overall, I really liked watching the films one after the other. I've got to say, huge thank you and congratulations to everybody in France, because I think you did a fantastic job with those credits. They were fantastic. I think I especially liked the credits for Team 1 and Team 2. So yeah, that was brilliant actually to see your work appearing. And what it did make me think was how wonderful it would have been to have taken a kind of Monty Python-esque approach to this. I don't know if you're familiar with Monty Python, but their use of kind of animation mixed with normal film is quite was innovative at the time, and I think it could be used to really good effect in something like this. So I'm kind of already thinking beyond this and thinking, well, what can we do next time in terms of really integrating both the animated imagery and the real world imagery. Of course, that does potentially move us out of the area of kind of mobile phone filmmaking in its purest form, so I'm guessing that others may not agree with that, but that was something that jumped out on me. That I think that the works are much more powerful when put together, and I'd like to see them more tightly integrated as a coherent piece. The films themselves, I think, were quite varied in terms of the quality of the outputs. I'm sure you'd agree with that. But the important thing to remember with this is that the project wasn't all about mobile phone filmmaking. It was about international remote collaborations. It was about bringing learners together from different disciplines with the hope that they may learn from one another. It's about negotiating the creative process and co-creation. And I think that each team was kind of successful to greater or lesser degrees, and it largely came down to the communication. I think Team 1, by their own admission, would agree that communication wasn't particularly great, and things didn't get off the ground quite so quickly as they should have done. This is my understanding from the UK perspective, so I'll be interested to read more about the process from the New Zealand students involved. But I think that really came through in the final film, the fact that it was basically very, very rushed because things had been left until the last minute. So that was a real shame there. But well done for actually pulling it together in the end. Team 2. Now, as I say, this is based on my experience with the team and being here in the UK. I actually think that Team 2 did a fantastic job of kind of embracing the ethos of the whole project, the communicating, the monitoring, the recording, everything, the chats. You were really on the case, and I thought that was fantastic. Team 3, I really liked what you did there, with the old fruit, humanised fruit. And it was interesting. It was quite nice as well to get some kind of real world stuff after watching Teams 1 and 2, who both made films about bottles. And then Team 4, this was an interesting one because until I saw your final video, I was actually thinking that the problem pieces were going to be those that were kind of left until the last minute. But Team 4, you really surprised us by essentially, getting on the case at the last minute. I know for a fact that there were many sleepless nights for the UK students, which we do appreciate. And actually, your final film was really, really good. I really enjoyed the pace, the variety. There was kind of comedy touches in there that I think were quite refreshing. I've got to congratulate Team 4 on the socialisation in the Hangouts. Not that I attended any of them. I may be glad of this. I don't know what you actually spoke about, but it does seem as if you're having lots of fun in the Google Hangouts. But it did start to feel like you're having so much fun in the Hangouts that it was stopping you getting on with the actual work. Overall, I think you've all done a fantastic job. We spoke about this in the UK a couple of weeks ago, and I'm starting to look at this whole process as kind of learning through frustration in a way, because there were so many hurdles for you to overcome in terms of organising yourselves across time zones, negotiating, the ideas behind the films, the content, the materials. So much to be done. The films aren't perfect, but we didn't expect them to be perfect. I think overall, I'm absolutely delighted with this project. I'm really happy with you all. And it's been fantastic kind of working with you. So now I'm very much looking forward to spending the next week going over everyone's blog posts and reports and really kind of getting a much clearer idea about this project from all of your perspectives. Because as I say, I'm familiar with the UK perspectives, not so much with our friends in New Zealand and in France. But I've got to say, it's been a really enjoyable experience. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as we have. It does seem as though lots of you have. But it seems as though the students that got stuck into the Hangouts are the ones that have taken the most away from this. So putting the kind of filmmaking and the sustainability ideas and the techniques used to one side a minute, in terms of the collaboration, I think that we've all learnt a lot, and I really do hope that you've learnt a lot and got as much out of it as we have as you tutors. It's been brilliant fun. I'm going to miss this project. We definitely want to do it again. So if any of you want to get involved next time as mentors for the next groups of students that get involved, that would be absolutely brilliant. Okay, so thanks again, and hopefully speak to you all soon. Bye.